Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I am going to do another back testing, and we'll just take some, any banks. For an example, let's say SBI. Yeah, so I'll just remove my drawings. Okay, and I'll also go to some 4 hourly or daily. Anything is fine. You can just randomly cut the chart, and okay. So it almost went to 2009, and we'll see. We'll try to build our, the view here, and then we'll see whether our, the trade will work, or if it went against our direction, what are our learnings and all. Yeah. So if I can just go and draw, the supports and resistances, right? So we'll get some fair idea, because sometimes, when you see this snake chart, right? So it's very difficult to understand what exactly it is happening, right? So in a monthly time frame, definitely it is doing great, but the all time is somewhere here. So let me just draw the resistances which are near to my prices. Okay, so that will get more fair idea. So what exactly it is happening in this particular stock. Okay, so if you see, there is a huge inverted hammer, right? So which is actually broken out. If I just closely look at this, yeah, if you see, I'll just use magnet so that it will just try to connect properly. Yeah, so this, even though it is an inverted hammer, right, trying to close above that, right, and then it took this support on this high wave candle, and then price really gone up like anything, right? Even, this candle, right? So such a huge candle trying to came almost to the same level and take the support. So which means there is a very strong support. In fact, I'll say like it is a major support one point of time. Okay, I mean in 2007, right? So what happened is after that there is a breakdown, and then ultimately it will turn into a resistance, and the candles are telling us that 1, 2, 3, 4 candles are telling me that it's a huge resistance after the breakdown, right? And then again it is broke out with a big bullish candle. Okay, and ideally this candle is telling me now it is acting like a support, right? Let me find out the resistances here. Okay, um, let me see where and all we can find some resistance. This is a very all-time high, and the price is far away from this all-time high. So probably we do not require it right now, right? Rather than we can just try to draw the resistances which are nearby my support, so which are nearby my price, right? Yeah, probably if you see this high wave candle, yeah, so there is this huge another high wave candle trying to take the support, then it is broke down, right? And then somewhere here this candle has been taking the resistance, right? So I know, like, it's bit difficult to draw the support and resistances, because time frame, so these resistance supports will keep on change, right? So the only thing is, we just need to keep on draw the resistance and supports, and just see what exactly happens at that particular level. Okay, because if it has to turn either bullish or bearish, right, market will ideally tell you, with some reversals and all, right? So only the thing is you just mark the level and just wait at that particular level, okay, rather than going and taking entries impulsively, right? So yes, there are another huge resistances also. If you see, even after a small doji candle, right, this is also very important. And this high wave candle is pretty much important, because the 1, 2, 3, I mean, almost like 4 times it is taking the resistance, and also it is an all-time high level, right? So it's a very huge resistance, right? And inside this high wave candle, there is another a small, kind of doji candle, I can say, which is also very, very important. You see, here, these two candles are could not able to close, so which means ideally this level is a superb support. So there is a big gap down below this. Actually, if you see, ideally in monthly we don't see much gap down, but here if you see, there is a gap down. So which means that you know this entire zone is there, right? This particular gap. So ideally there is a huge, huge, huge resistance. Okay. So which means it cannot break very easily, right? That is what it is trying to say. Okay. So probably since we got this gap, right? Okay. So we can take this particular resistance as some good resistance, okay? Because we got this gap, right, and also price what this candle is telling me, it is actually open near that particular, I mean inside that zone, the bear zone it is, and trying to close below that. Ideally, it is kind of some counter attack from the base, and the close is below, right? So it's a superb major resistance actually, right? So there is nothing wrong to draw support and resistance, in the chart. I mean, multiple resistance and supports. So, but ideally, you need to identify the major supports and major resistance, because that is where the price can reverse most of the times, right? So because if you see this particular example also, there is a big bullish candle here, which it took some resistance, okay? But after that, the price, again, there is a gap up and travel to this level, right? So we need to understand why it is not reversing here, okay? So because this could be a resistance, may not be a major resistance, okay? That's why the price respecting this level, okay? But ultimately it is traveled all the way here, right? So it means this gap is there, right? It's a huge resistance actually, okay? So ideally we can consider this as a major resistance zone, okay? Yeah. So I have a habit of keeping writing and keeping it, because sometimes we play with multiple charts, and we'll forget it, right? Whatever study we have done, so we might forget, right? So it's better to write it and keep it, right? And also for me this is a major support, so we'll make it with some coloring so that it's very easy to identify. Okay, so now whether we can be bull or bear, we'll just see. The monthly trend definitely it is an uptrend. Okay, and weekly, what exactly is happening is there is a nice uptrend. Okay, and after that it went to this major resistance zone, and the price fell down till this level. Okay, so now ideally such a big uptrend, right? And the price is kind of going down, okay? So usually it will be called as some retracements and all, right? So now the price is at the major support, okay? See if it is somewhere here and all, let me just cut some candle and just explain. If the price is here, okay, so ideally I'll just ignore it, okay, to maybe we can become bearish on that, right? Because the it gives some reversal kind of setup, and ideally we can go bearish here, right? With some, again, we need to find some reversal patterns and all. But since I want to go as bull, right? So I don't bet on these particular levels. For me, the price has to come here and give me some reversal patterns. Okay, then only ideally I'll just go and bet on this particular level. Okay, so let me print this candle now. Okay, so this is the weekly candle, right? Okay, So let's see, since we are at a major support, right? So ideally the bear should be bit careful at a major support, okay? And bulls, ideally we should wait for an opportunity on this particular one, because there is a chance that it can, reverse, right? Let's see, in hourly time frame, I will just go and check if I'll get some kind of, reversals. Okay, and one more observation in daily is there is a big gap here. Okay, and we cannot ignore that gap also. Okay, because if the price is not holding right, probably we'll just see if at all if it comes here and do something, right? I'll just mark it in some color. Okay, because we should not ignore any of the levels, right? Yeah, and since we were talking, this is monthly support, right? Ideally it should give us a great support. Okay, then it is up to the market again. Yeah, it can go further down and it can reverse from this level also, but all we need is like some reversal, pattern from this particular level. Okay, so now you see there is this intermediate support in hourly, because we'll try to find out the reversal in the lower time frame. Yeah, so there is a huge support here which is trying to break down, right? And there is a huge volume in it. Okay, let's see after that what price has done it. Okay, so there is this candle, a 915 candle, which is opened below this support and trying to close above that. Okay, so but only the thing is the volume is less. Okay, so I'm getting some anticipation here, because he's kind of some counter attack from the bulls at the major support. Only the thing is, the volume is bit low. That's the only concern to go further. Okay, at least to trade this particular, you know, candle, right? So probably we can wait. There is no hurry, because sometimes what will happen, since there is a major support, right? If it is a real bull counter attack, it will ideally tell us now, this will become support or not by the next candle. Let's see what happens. Okay. See, this is the beauty of the back testing. Okay, because almost I have finished some 40 to 50 back testings, and that is where I observe these things, right? Whenever any breakdowns happen and the price is coming above that level, there is a high chance that it can retest that particular level, and confirming that it is a now it has becomes the support. Okay, so which means nobody is ready to sell below these levels. Okay, so now let's see. Okay, so since this candle is confirming, there is a support, right? And it gave a entry, even below this candle. Okay, yeah. So yeah, like we are just anticipating. Okay, but only the thing is we are at a major support, right? And it is also given some reversal kind of pattern. Okay, so just to see whether our trade goes in our direction or not. Okay, I just really want to bet on it, and let's see. For an example, I'll just take some 1,000 quantity, and I'll just go and see. Okay, there is a 2,000 rupees loss. Okay, and if you ask me what is my target here is, okay, see, probably since it is broke down, right, this can act like a resistance. Okay, and probably I'll just keep this level. Why? Because okay, before this particular resistance there is this, right, the big red candle high. Okay, there is a breakdown and then it is taking the resistance. Okay, so if you see, yeah, if you're keeping 2000 as loss, okay, we have some 1 is to 2.5, RR is there. So let's see if it works or not. Okay, see now the beautiness of these resistances, right? So it took this resistance. Okay, and then it is trying to come down. Okay, so this candle is, is typically the 315 candle. Okay, after that, what happened the very next day? So it is just gapped up. Okay, it is just gapped up. Okay, and trying to break this particular resistance. Okay, so which means looks like it is going in the direction. Okay, and let's see. So why I'm just going with very conservative targets here, because we are entering right at the swing level. Okay, so you cannot go, you know, go ahead with the huge targets and all. Okay, now you see after the breakout, right? Ideally, it will be become support, right? And the candle is also telling me that yes, now this becomes a support. Okay, let's see whether it will go up. Okay, it turned to be a major supporter because this three candle somehow holding this level. Okay, so we'll see whether it will retest this gap or it will give us our target. Oh, see, one, two, three, four candles are holding this level, and last 315 candle actually closed above that particular level, and volume, yes, it's little bit low and huge sideways, right? Almost like huge sideways. Yeah, and again at this particular support, if you see, this is acting like a mother candle, right? Because how many babies are there? One, two, three, four, five. Okay, so there is this, candle high and lows are very important for us. Okay, so see, it is a huge resistance, and this candle also a huge resistance. Okay, and there are nearby resistances, actually huge resistances are there. Let's see, this candle also taking so many resistances, right? Okay, so nearby so many resistances are there. We'll see how exactly the price will react on this level. Oh, it gave the target actually. Okay, so which means such an important candle it is, right? Okay, even though there is a low volume in it. Okay, after this candle, I got conviction that nobody wants to sell below these particular levels, right? And this is a swing entry which we are taking, right? That is why it will take little bit time to go further. Yeah. Yeah, let's see what exactly happens. So now we know all the resistances, everything. So we mark this is also a huge resistance. Even this is also a huge resistance. Okay. Let's see what exactly the price will do at this particular levels. Okay. So somehow it is holding this particular high, because I said, right, this candle high, it is a mother candle. High is low and very important. Since it is broke out, ideally it will turned as a support, and first candle also confirmed and the second also confirmed. Okay, ideally our trade is successful here. Okay, and I'm just really interested to see what exactly the price is going to do, because if it is holding this particular support, right, there is a high chance that it can break out. Okay, otherwise what it can do is it can further see, again there are huge supports here, one, two, low of the candle also support, right? And then there is a huge gap is here. Okay, and this is a normal gap. Ideally it can retest. Okay, so in such a case, if at all, if it has to go down, okay, then ideally it will give a big red candle, because it has to break all these levels, right? Okay, so now the range is, if it is really go to up, it has to break out. Okay, if it has to go down, but again, this is a great support, the gap. Let's see what happens. Okay, it is trying to break out that level. Okay, somehow this guy is closing above that level. We'll see the volume. Volume is bit low. Yeah, whenever it breaks, what we will do is we'll mark it as a support. Let's see what happened. Wow. Okay, so it's not giving one candle to break these levels. It's just breaking with a one candle here. Yeah, that is also good for us. Okay, since sometimes it will break with a single candle, sometimes it will take multiple candles also. Okay, that's fine. Okay, the learning over here is, since it is at a swing level, okay, from swing to it is just going to momentum. Okay, so we cannot expect maybe such kind of candles. That is what my learning here is, right? So, but it is breaking with some small candles. Yeah, that's fine. Now let's see, since this is also broken out, we can keep it as green. Okay, and then it is came down. Wow, there is a nice candle which is broken out all these levels. Okay, so this is what you can expect when you draw the supports and resistances, right? So yeah, it actually gave the targets which we have drawn, but I'm a little bit skeptical because there are these resistances, huge resistances are there, right? So we should be bit conservative about our targets, when it is trying to reverse, because usually it will come and give a very good nice dip somehow. Okay, so but somehow it went beyond our levels. That's fine, right? That's fine. So our study worked, and we also learned something new. So from the major support, it gave a bullish reversal, and then the price is going really up, right? So I really want to see what exactly it is trying to do. Yeah, even in hourly, you see there is a gap, right? So I was having a habit of keeping these resistances in whichever time frame I'm just trading. So I typically mark my resistance on that particular level. Yeah. So if you keep it, the advantage here is it will tell you, okay, what candle can come, right, or whether it will reverse at that particular level. Okay, so since it is going from the major support, right, probably it is trying to reverse from this particular level. Okay, let's see if it is comes down and gives some dip, or further it goes up. So okay, so when I just mark this resistance, because small doji candles, no, we should not ignore that. There is a gap up. Okay, this inverted hammer telling me there is a resistance. There is a gap up, and it is just holding that level, right? Okay, yeah. Now you see at this particular level what exactly happened. There is this, kind of some counterattack from the base, right? And somehow, if I just closely observe this guy has closed below this. It is not holded. If you clearly see it, is just hold below this. I mean, close it below this. Okay, that's why let me just keep it with magnet so that it's just holding actually. Let's use the magnet, because the problem is if you're not using, no, you will miss the levels, and the understanding of the candles will go in a different direction. Okay. So if we closely see this candle, somehow it is holding, okay, but this candle trying to came down below this level, right? So now ultimately this could be some good resistance, it seems, right? So now only the thing is what we need to do. Ideally, it is give a reversal, right? Okay, and will counter attack. So now we need to see where exactly the price will hold. Okay, whether it will hold this level or this level. Okay, where exactly it will hold. Because if it holds, ultimately it will give us some reversals. Let's see. Okay, it is trying to hold this level but did not. So let's see what happened. Okay, so once it is broke down, this is turned to be a resistance, because this candle is telling me, okay, and somehow it is holding this support, right? Let's see what happens. Okay, again it's holding that level. Wow, so such a nice candle. And now somehow this particular level is considered to be a major support right now. Okay, because what market is saying to me is there is a big bearish candle whose high has been broken out, and market has turned that level as a major support, because 1 2 3 4 times it is just tapped, right? Okay, and also it is giving me a strong reversal here. Okay, so this is the mother candle, you can say, because there are two babies inside it. Yeah, let me remove the other levels. Okay, probably this is not required for me, and the price may not come below these levels because it is already confirmed that it is really want to go up, right? So let's see. And this is definitely a strong candle for us. And in fact, if you see the volume, okay, volume is less only. So let's see what will happen. And now let me just remove this. Okay. So since it is broken out this particular level, and there is definitely a nice candle for us. Okay. So the only question is, will it retest this particular high? Because this high is very important, right, for us. Okay. Whether it will retest or not, we have to see. Okay, because if you consider this as a strong candle and goes further, okay, there is this immediate resistance, right? Okay, and let me just see if there is further resistances. Yeah. So there is this range actually, right? Okay, so if I'll just consider these as my strong candle to go further, there is an immediate resistance. So we are not very sure whether it will really break this or it can further comes down and retest this level. Okay, let me wait for retest and see what happens. Okay, it's taking that level as a resistance. Okay, somehow it is broken. Okay, so now we did not get any entry. Yeah, but trade is going in the direction only. Yeah, and somehow this candle it is not closed above it. Okay, telling that this is a strong resistance, right? Now let me see where is my strong resistances here. Okay, so ideally, see wherever it is tapping more than two times, I will not ignore that level, because if you see one, two, three times it is taking the resistance, right? So there is a chance that it can take this resistance. Yeah, and I'm not saying it will go down from this level. Only the thing is why I have marked this level is it can take resistance and it can give a dip and it can go up. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so good thing is it is closed up at it. Okay, so do you have any further resistances? Okay, so probably this, because this maybe if I just say this is a great support which is broken down, right? Okay, so let's see what exactly happens. Okay, and one more thing is I have a habit of keeping very huge wick candles. Okay, this inverted hammer having a huge wick, right? I really interested to see what exactly happens. Okay, at this particular level. Okay, the price is holding that particular level. If you see, it's just holding this as a support. Oh, so somehow it just gapped up and just came down below this level. Okay, so there is no much momentum, even though it is holding the value on the level. It is just gap up and came down, right? So yeah, this is this is a good back testing actually. Yeah, and yeah, something new we have learned, right? So there is no need to mark all these resistance wherever you see. The only reason why I marked this, I'll come to know what exactly happened at the particular level and what we can do actually, right? Yeah. So let me just see what exactly it is really want to do, because our back testing is over almost. Okay. Wow. It just gone up to this particular whatever wherever we have drawn this major support, right, has been broken down. It exactly went there and trying to take this resistance. Okay, and in fact now it is a superb resistance. Okay, because it is telling me it's taking two times resistance, right? Okay, so now this candle has been broken out. Yeah, and this hammer also holding that level. So now we have to see what is our next target. So now probably this low of this candle. Oh, it just came down. Okay. it is trying to go down because somehow it is making this level as a huge resistance. You see this? If there is a fake breakout, and even in fact it is taking the resistance fourth time, even fifth time, okay, and sixth time, okay. See, in such a cases, right, I really, just wait whether this level will broke out or not, because there is a high chance that it can give a very good dip on the downside. Yeah, in fact, maybe I'll just go and mark this level. This gap and all not filled, right? Maybe it can come and fill the gaps. Let's see what exactly happened. I really want to see what the price is trying to do at this particular level. Only the thing is, if it breaks out, then we'll see. Okay, but if it comes down, we have to find out our supports. Oh, nice it is. Okay, it did not came to my level because I marked this gap as my support. Okay, why the price came only till this level? Is there a particular reason? Okay, it exactly came to this particular high. Okay, so see, this is the reason, rather than keeping one particular resistance or support lines, right? Better you mark that range. Okay, so that could be really good because after studying so much and it almost came to your level, and above the level it is trying to go up, means people will definitely feel bad, right? Because it is given in entry. So now you see at this particular support a nice bearish candle. Inside that there is a huge multiple candles with mother candle. Once the high is broken, you see the beauty. High is broken and it is taking the support, and then it went up, right? So we are talking about this resistance, right? How much important this resistance? Okay, huge resistance, which I said, correct? Yeah, because so many times it taking the resistance, right? That's why it is gap up above that. Okay, so on the major supports, what can happen is it can gap up above that, or a huge candle will come and break it. Okay, so that's why when it is tapping more than 3 times and all, right, I really will not wait for any breakouts, because there is a high chance that it can come and give a nice dip action, right? So we have to wait at our major supports to find out our reversals, right? Yeah, this I have learned in multiple cases. Okay, when it is tapping more than 3 times and all, people will sit on hopes. Okay, so now what I learned is, once it is broke down this sideways trend on the down and came to major supports, I really look for the bullish reversal to go ahead, right? So yeah, somehow I really enjoyed this particular back test, because yeah, we are keep on applying the same learnings whatever we learned in the previous back test, and yeah, it's working, really working like magic, right? So yeah, thank you so much for watching my video. So I'm coming with more of back testing with whatever we learned the things, and we'll see what else we can learn the new things, right? So thank you so much. So please subscribe my channel, and also for more videos you can just share this and like these videos. Thank you.